Okay, so we are doing the chapter mensuration, right?
Yeah, but I think we completed the lesson.
We completed.
We've completed mensuration?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
last class we did volume when we finished it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've completed it. So does anybody has any doubt in this chapter?
No, ma'am.
No doubts?
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, Ramesh, do you wish to ask anything?
no, ma'am.
Okay. So now before starting the next chapter, I wish to discuss the syllabus of you guys. So
Ma'am, my exams portions.
yeah, what is your exam portion syllabus?
Ma'am, I have algebraic expression and identities.
You have algebraic expressions.
Then I have exponents and powers.
Okay.
Now can I check the last chapter real quick?
Yeah, please. Ramesh, you can tell me by the time.
Ma'am, I'll get mine.
Okay, please get your syllabus.
Ma'am, then I also have factorization.
You have factorization. Okay, what about you, Ramesh?
Yeah, I'm getting it. 1 second.
Aswal, we've completed all three chapters, right? We've completed factorization. Or we've not?
Yes, ma'am. We have completed.
Yeah, we have completed factorization. Algebraic expressions also, exponents and powers also.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the chapters that remain? We have direct and inverse proportion is left. Only understanding quadrilaterals also we've done.
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
done linear equations?
Yeah,
What, ma'am?
Have you done linear equations?
yeah, we
Yes, ma'am.
finished it.
Rational numbers. So we have only one chapter that is left.
Yes,
Ma'am, I got the portions. I'll just tell them.
Yes, Ramesh, tell me.
For the periodic test, algebraic expressions.
I'm unable to hear you, Ramesh. Please speak a little loudly.
Ma'am, for the periodic test, I have algebraic expressions,
Okay,
factorization,
fine.
linear equations, and data handling.
And data handling. Did we do data handling?
yes,
I don't think so. Or
we,
I don't know.
we,
Have we done data
Ma'am,
handling?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, we've done.
and for the annual exam, I have algebraic expression,
Okay.
then factorization, linear equation, then mensuration, direct and inverse variation, and introduction to graphs.
You have, wait. You don't have data handling for your finals.
No.
Ma'am,
Okay,
we
okay.
did not take the chapter introduction to graphs.
Yeah, introduction to graph is also left.
Then direct and inverse variation,
You have direct and inverse,
mensuration,
then mensuration,
and introduction to graphs.
and introduction to graphs.
Yeah.
So you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters. You have a total of for finals and 4 chapters for periodic test, right? When are your
Yes.
periodic test, Ramesh?
It starts on January 14, but I'm not sure when the math exam is.
Okay, January approximately are the periodic test. And what about your annual test?
Probably March.
Okay, in March. What about you, Asfand?
Ma'am, my maths exam is on January 13 or 14.
Okay.
And my annual exam, I think it is on March, but portions we did not get yet.
Portion you don't have, but it's in March. Okay, so we
Yes,
have to do basically 2 chapters more, which is direct and inverse proportion and introduction to graphs, right?
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
So we can do one thing. We can quickly complete the chapter direct and inverse proportion. We'll be, just let me check how big is that chapter. once we are done with this chapter, we can just start with the revision for your periodic test, because the syllabus for your periodic test is quite similar only. We can first revise algebra exponents and then we can revise the remaining chapters also. So we have to revise a total of 5 chapters. So direct and inverse. It's not a very big chapter. We can complete it in approximately 4 classes. Then you have exams in January. Okay, so let's just complete direct and inverse proportion, then we'll start with the revision, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So okay, so in the chapter direct and inverse proportion, what do you mean by direct and inverse? See, basically, whenever we are trying to find out relation between anything, we use the concepts of this chapter. Please put on your camera, Asfan and Amis. Yes. So for example, I have to find out a relationship between two things. Like I have quantity A, anything, and I have quantity B. It can also be any particular thing. Okay. Now, on changing the value of certain thing, like let's suppose I'm changing the value of A. Let's suppose I'm increasing the value. So what is the effect on quantity B for that? That is the meaning of proportions to finding the relations. Now let's suppose that if I am increasing quantity A, if I am increasing quantity A and quantity B also increases in its effect, so this is a direct relation. Okay, like let's suppose that I give Asfan 10 rupees. Okay, now if I am giving Asfan 10 rupees, so like let's suppose that both of you has 10 rupees each. Ramesh also has 10 rupees and Asfan also has 10 rupees. Now, if money of Ramesh increases, like if I give Ramesh 5 rupees, then I also have to give Asfan 5 rupees. So both of these quantities are increasing at the same rate. Increasing at the same rate. So this is the meaning of direct proportion. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, easy. Now let's suppose I have to talk about inverse relation. What is inverse? That if quantity A is increasing, then quantity B shall decrease. Right? Like in this example only, that again, both of you has 10 rupees each. Now if I give Ramesh 5 rupees, then I have to take 5 rupees from Aswan. Okay. So if one is increasing, other has to decrease. So this is the inverse proportion. Is the meaning of direct and inverse proportions clear to you?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
but like, can it also be inverse if both are increasing, but one is increasing by 5 and one is increasing by 10?
No. See, then also it is direct only. Okay, because ultimately both are increasing only,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Here I have considered the example where they're increasing at the same rate.
Yes, ma'am.
But let's suppose in your book you have an example where you have a car which is being you are traveling in a car and the amount of petrol that it uses is in relation to the distance that it is traveling. Like petrol amount I'll write here and distance that it travels I'll write here. Okay, let's suppose it is using 20 liters of petrol in the first 50 kilometers. Okay, then 30 liters of petrol it is further using in the next 70 kilometers. Then 70 liters of petrol it is using in the next 120 kilometers. So it is ultimately increasing. Like quantity of petrol is increasing, so the distance is also increasing, right? So this is a direct proportion. That the amount of petrol that the car uses with respect to the distance that it travels is in a direct relation. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's suppose you have two values, x and y. There's an example in your book. We'll practice that. X is 20, so y is 40. It's 17, so it's 34. It's 14, so it's 28. 11, 22. 8, 16. 5, 10. 2, 4. Okay, so value of x, what is happening to value of x?
Increasing by 3.
Decreasing. Okay. What about value of y?
Decreasing by 6.
Decreasing constantly. So what kind of relation do you think it is?
Direct.
Direct.
Direct relation. So x is proportional to y. This is the proportionality sign. Okay. If I write like this, that means it is proportional. But if I write like this, so this means it is inversely proportional. Over here, this is the correct formula. X is proportional to y. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, I have more examples. Okay, one more thing you can consider, like these are the certain values of x. So can I write this as x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, and x7? And similarly, here I can say y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6, and y7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that. So to find the proportion, I have x1 upon y1. First, find the value of x1 upon y1, then equate it to x2 upon y2. Okay, so what is the value of x1 upon y1? It is 20 by 40. What is the value for y1 upon y2? 17 by 34. Okay, so this cancels 2 times and this also cancels 2 times. You have 1 upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 2. So this way also you can check. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next you have, okay, this is a very good question which says that principal amount is given to you, which is 1000 rupees. And rate is also given to you, which is 8% per annum. And you have to fill the following table and find which type of interest changes in direct proportion with the time period. Okay, do you know the formula for simple interest and compound interest?
Simple interest was PRT by 100.
Okay, what is compound interest?
P into R into no.
Principal bracket 1 plus rate
Mm.
upon 100 whole power t. T is the time. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
write it. For simple interest, it is P into R into T upon 100. And for compound interest, it is, tell me,
P into 1 plus R
yeah, upon 100 into T.
2 time.
Yes. Understood? Whole power time. Now you have to find out, like the find simple interest for 3 years, for consecutive 3 years. Like I find out the simple interest for 1 year. Then I find for 2 years. Then I find it for 3 years. Okay, so for 1 year, I have P into R into T upon 100. So P is 1000 into 8 into 1 upon 100. I have 80 rupees. Okay, then for 2 years, I have 1000 into 8 into 2 upon 100 comes out to be 160. Then for 3 years, I have 1000 into 8 into 3 upon 100, 240 rupees. This is the simple interest for consecutive 3 years. Understood?
Yeah.
Now,
Yes,
if I
ma'am.
have compound interest, find out the compound interest for consecutive 3 years. So, for first year, I have principal into 1 plus rate is 8 upon 100, time is 1 only. So, I have 1000 into 108 upon 100, comes out to be 1080 rupees. For 2 years, 1000 into 1 plus 8 upon 100 whole power 2. So I have 1000 into 108 upon 100 into 108 upon 100. So 2 zeros with 1 0. So I have 108 into 108. So then you have 6. So you have 11664 and 0.4 basically. Okay. And then for 3 years, for 3
1,000,
one,
108,
what are you saying?
1,000 into 1 plus 108 by 100 to the whole power 3.
Yeah, you're saying the formula. To the whole power 3. So 1000 into 108 upon 100 into 108 upon 100 into 108 upon 100. I'll just do it via calculator to make it easy. You have 1, 2. You can first cancel 3 zeros with 3 zeros. You have 1, 2, 5, 9, 7, 1, 2, and then 3 zeros. So a point away. Okay. Now, what is the question saying to us? First, it told us to find out the changes. Then you have to find out that whether these are being increased in direct relation or in inverse relation. Okay. So I can make the table. I can write down time over here. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. I can write simple interest. I can write compound interest. This will be my table. So first of all, simple interest. So first it was 80, 160 and 240. Compound interest, at last I have 125, 9.712. Then I have 1166.4. And then I have 1080. So what kind of relation do you think it is?
Inverse.
Direct.
Yeah, why inverse, Aspan? Why inverse?
Sorry, ma'am. Direct.
Direct, right? It is direct relation.
Yes.
Yes. Please just give me 1 minute. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Okay, so we come to a question. The question says that the cost of 5 meter of a particular cloth is particular cloth is rupees 210. tabulate the cost of two, 4, 10, and 13 meter of cloth. Okay, so 5 meter of particular cloth is 210. So you have to tabulate the cost for how much meter? 2 meter, 4 meter, 10 meter, and 13 meter. So first of all, see, 5 meter of cloth is 5 meter of cloth is 210 rupees.
210.
So 1 meter of cloth is 210 upon 5, 42 rupees. So you can make a table X and Y. So what is X over here? X I say is the amount in meters. Okay, Y is the cost. So in rupees. So let's suppose 2 meters. So for 2 meters, it's 2 into 42, 84 rupees. Then I have for 4 meters. Okay, for 4 meters, it is how much? 4 into 42, 168. Then I have for 10 meters. For 10 meters, it's become 420 meters. Then I have for 13 meters, it becomes 42 into 13,
124.
546 meters. Right? Now you can
Yeah.
again directly tell me that it is what kind of relation?
Direct.
Direct.
Direct relation. Okay, but now what we have to do is you need to also prove it. So how can we prove it? It's very simple. See, first of all, it is given to you. What is x1?
5.
4.
No, x1 is 2. Why
Sorry,
4?
X1 is 2. Y1 is 84.
It's 2. What is y1?
84.
84.
84. Okay. So what is x2?
4.
4.
Okay. And what is y2?
168.
168.
Okay, actually, y2 is 168. Yeah, that's good. But see, what we have is, see, I have used the mathematical way of finding this whole table, but you don't use this method. Like in your book, there is a different method. I just checked, they're not following this method. So don't follow this method. See, we'll get the same answer only, but we use the different method. And what is that method? Wait.
Finding simple interest and compound interest.
No, wait. Why simple interest and compound interest, Aspan? Is there some interest that is you have to found?
No.
Why are you saying simple interest and compound interest? Not simple and compound. The formula is basically, wait. You can first make a table. So in the table you have like 2, x and y. So x is given to you 2, 4. Now 5 meters is given to you, then 10 and then 13. Now here you don't have the values for y. You have y1, y2. Then what is for 5 meters? In the book it is given 210. For here you can write y4 and here you can write y5. Okay, make this kind of table and now you have to complete this table. See, we'll get these answers only, but you use a different method. Okay, so first of all, what I do, yeah. So like I can take 4 upon y2 is equal to 5 upon 210. Okay, if I do this, so can I cross multiply it?
Yes.
4 into 210 gives me 5 into y2. So 4 into 210 upon 5 will give me the value of y2. Right? Just calculate it. You get 168 as y2. So write down 168 over here. Okay. Why did I start with 4 upon y2 only? Why did I start with 2 upon y1? See, we can consider anything. Like you have this known value. So basically, in proportions, what we have, like x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 is equal to x3 upon y3 is equal to x4 upon y4 is equal to so on. Like all the proportions are equal to one another, right? So what can I do is I can just, I have one proportion which is known to me. 5 upon 210 is known to me. So I can consider any of the proportion and I can equate it to this proportion and I can find the value of that. Like first I equated 4 upon y2. Now I can equate 2 upon y1. So 2 upon y1 is equal to 5 upon 210. So 2 into 210 upon 5 gives me the value of y1. So it gives me 84 is equal to y1. So I can write down 84 over here. Now I have to find 10 upon y4. So 10 upon y4 is equal to 5 upon 210. So y4 is equal to 10 into 210 upon 5 gives me 420. So just write down 420. Now I have 13 upon y5 is equal to 5 upon 210 is equals to 13 upon y5. So the value for y5 I can find out 13 into 210 upon 5. So 13 upon 42, whatever I get, I can write the answer. Okay.
Okay.
You understand what method I am following?
Yes, ma'am.
I got the same answers only, but basically they are trying to, like, I solved with the help of unitary method. But don't use unitary method, you use the proportions method. Okay. You equate all the given values to you with the proportion that is given to you. Okay.
Okay.
Now the next question. An electric pole. Hello. An electric pole 14 meters high casts a shadow 10 meter. Find the height of the tree that casts a shadow of 15 meter. First of all, it is given to us there is an electric pole which is 14 meter high and it is casting a shadow of 10 meter. So I can consider height of the electric pole as x and shadow as y.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is x now?
14.
What is x? 14 meter. What is y?
10.
10 meter. Okay. So now find the height of the tree that casts a shadow 15 meter. So height of the tree was y. So write down 15 over here and you don't know the value for x2. You have to now find the value of x2. Fine. How can you find out? You
14
get
by
14 upon
10.
10 is equal to x2 upon 15.
X2 upon.
Yeah, so x2 comes out to be 14 into 15 upon 10. 21 meter you get. So 21 meter is your answer. Is the question clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the next question that you have is if the white sheet, if the weight of 12 sheets of thick paper is 40 grams, how many sheets of paper would weigh 1/2 kgs? Okay. How many sheets of paper would weigh this much kg? Please do this question.
Do we have to convert 40 grams to kilograms or no?
Ramesh, please just give me 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So did you know the question that I wrote down?
No,
So,
Shall I write it again? Or have you noted it?
I did not write it down.
Okay, wait, I'm noting it down. So the question says if the weight of twelve sheets of thick paper is 40 grams, how many sheets of paper would weigh 1/2 kgs? This is the question. So how shall you do it? First of all, consider a value as x and another as y. So I'm considering the weight as x. So 40 grams. So for 40 grams, I have how many sheets? 100 and I have 12 sheets. Okay. So they're asking that how many sheets? So you don't know y2 would weigh 1/2 kg. That means convert this into grams. This becomes 2500 grams. Can you do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Find the solution.
Now y2 is equals to 2500 into 12 by 40 or 2500 into 40 by 12.
You first calculate and then we discuss. First you do it.
What, ma'am? What, ma'am?
Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Now I do.
Yeah, please calculate it first, then we'll discuss the answer.
Okay, ma'am.
So over here, again you use x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. So x1 is 40, y1 is 12 is equals to 2500 upon y2. Okay, so y2 will be equal to 2500 into 12 upon 40. So 0 and 0 you can cancel. You have 4 into 3 is 12. 250 into 3 comes out to be 750. So you need 750 sheets. Okay,
Okay.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
got same answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next question says that a train is moving at a uniform speed of 75 kilometer per hour. First question is how far does it travel in 20 minutes? And second question is find the time required to cover a distance of 250 kilometers. So it is given to us that the train is traveling at a speed of 75 kilometers for 1 hour. So I'll consider distance as x. So 75 kilometer is 1 hour. So 1 hour I can say 60 minutes. Now I have to find out how far does it travel in 20 minutes. So y is 20 minutes. I have to find the value of x2. Calculate x2.
Ma'am, I'm done.
Okay, so we have x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2 here also. So 75 upon 60 is equals to x2 upon 20. So x2 comes out to be 75 into 20 upon 60. I have 25 kilometers. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the, are you getting 25 only?
Yes, ma'am.
So now second question is find the time required to cover a distance of 250 kilometers. So now what is the distance? The distance is 250 kilometers. You have to find y. So y3 you have to calculate. Find y3. What do you do here? Tell me. You take x1 upon x2 is equals to y2 x3 upon y2. Okay.
I finished it.
Okay. Tell me you have 75 upon 60 is equal to 250 upon y3. Right? So y3 is equals to 250 into 60 upon 75. Answer this. Two hundred you have. So 200 minutes is the answer.
And I got the same answer.
You got the same
Yes, ma'am.
answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next I have the scale of a map is 1:2 two cities are 4 centimeter apart. Find the actual distance. Very good question. Mark it as important. So you have a scale of a map. Basically, there's a map, like the physical and the political maps of a certain geographical area. That kind of map you have, and the scale is 1:2. It's 30 lakh. Right. Two cities are 4 centimeter apart on the map. Right. So find the actual distance. So let's consider that you have this is x and y. You can say x upon y is equal to 1 upon 3 into 10 to the power 7. So over here, x is 4 centimeter. So I can say 4 centimeter upon y is equal to 1 upon 3 into 10 to the power 7. So y is equals to 3 into 12 into 10 to the power 7 centimeter. So the distance between two cities is this much. You can just convert it into kilometers. So 12 into 10 power 7 sorry. You have 1200 kilometers. This is the distance between both the cities. Just look at this question, go through it and tell me if you have any doubt. Copy the solution.
Then can you go down?
1 second, please. You see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Unknown.
So now we come to the exercise. I'll just share the PDF with you all. Did you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please do these questions. Do the first and the second question. Do the first question only, first of all. First and the second use. First is very easy.
Not
What about Ramesh?
Not yet.
Let Ramesh also do.
Done.
Okay. So first of all, the question is following are the car parking charges near a railway station up to 4 hours and so on. You have to check if the parking charges are in direct proportion to the parking or not. So how do you check? Tell me. See, you can just find out x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 is equal to x3 upon y3 equals to x4 upon y4. Okay, so x1 upon is 4 upon 60. It should be equal to 8 upon 100. Should be equal to 12 upon 140. Should be equal to 24 upon 180. Okay, so 4 upon 16, if you solve, 1 upon 15 you get. Here also 1 upon 15 you will get 1 upon 15 and 1 upon 15. So everywhere you're getting 1 upon 15 only. That means yes, this is in direct proportion. Okay.
But
So
ma'am, when
wait,
I did it,
we
I
don't
didn't
get
get.
1 upon 15. We don't get 1 upon 15 here.
By 100, I didn't get 1 upon 15.
What are you saying?
Ma'am, for 8 by 100, I didn't get 1 upon 15.
Yes, for 4 upon 16 we get 1 upon 15. For 8 upon 100 we get 12.5 approximately. Two upon 25, we are 12.5 approximately I'm getting. Then we'll get different answers. See, it is in direct proportion. That means, but no, you'll write no because you're getting different answers. Okay, you write no. Then for the second question, you have to find out these missing values. So you can equate like 1 upon 8 is equals to 4 upon what? 32. 1 upon 8 is equals to 7 upon 1. You can just calculate. 1 upon 8 is equals to 4 upon y2. So you get y2 is equals to 32. You get
y3 is 56, y4 is 96, and y5 is 160.
160. So are these two questions clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. So question number 3 says in question 2, if one part of the red pigment requires 750 ml. Okay, we can do this question in tomorrow's class. Fourth and fifth question you have as well. Okay, whenever we have a next class, please positively do fourth and fifth question. We'll be discussing that. Okay, third question I'll teach you, and remaining questions also we'll continue.